Boom.
Hi, welcome to episode 1 of the Kinkle Knit and Knatter series. My name's Joanne and this is Morgan.
Hello.
Right, so today we're going to start with some hats. It's up to you what you do. We've a couple of pictures so that you can actually see what we're planning to start with today. So yeah, we're just going to get knitting, get chatting, do various bits and pieces. We want to feel that this is more of a natter with a few bits of instruction in there for you. So we hope this provides a bit of light entertainment for you while we endure all the serious news that is going on at the moment. So I'm going to start with the pink hat and I'm going to get my stitches cast on. For this one I'm using the Timeless Super Chunky with 9mm needles to start with. So I'm going to get casted on and Morgan's going to cast on for one of the hats too. So I've been knitting a long time, and those of you that have seen the videos before know I do the knitting pattern queries and all sorts of things here. But Morgan's been knitting a long time, but a bit hit and miss, haven't you?
Basic.
Yeah.
And a long time ago. So I learned a lot since I started working here, like how tension is important.
Yeah.
And weight of yarn is important.
Yeah. But as many of you will probably know, your retention is vital for most things, unless you're making a blanket. And we've been allowed to use the crochet along blankets. This was one that we did last year.
Yeah.
Last year, this one. And then that's the one that when we ran the competition. That was one of our people who just loves to knit our things and crochet our things, and so we had that one made up from her colourway choices, and it's really lovely. Yeah,
it's nice and spring-like.
Yeah, it is. so yeah, we've so end up with the ball floating around. So yeah, Morgan's learned quite a lot, I think.
Oh yes.
Been here.
You taught me to crochet as well.
Yeah, we've been learning to crochet. We do sometimes on dinner time. Various people will get together and learn some new bits and pieces. We've had some of the girls knitting cushions as well.
And scarves for Wear It Pink Day.
Oh yeah, Wear It Pink Day. We did a selection. So will that be on our Instagram?
Be on our Facebook. And Instagram.
Yeah, some of the pictures and what we did.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to count my stitches in a minute, so I'll be going quiet in a moment, as you do.
You mean you don't count them as you go?
When I'm not talking.
I'd be impressed if you keep track.
I can multitask, but I'm not that good.
So we'll be doing this 3 days a week in future. Is that the plan?
Yeah, and for as long as we can, unless we all get shut down and sent home, which might make it a little bit tricky. But we've been chatting about how we could maybe do this at a distance, because there's all this technology out there that we should be using, and we tend to get a bit lazy, don't we? Because we don't need to use it, and then suddenly circumstances change and you find that there's technology out there that can be really helpful. So we'll be looking into that to try and keep these running for as long as possible, and they may just keep running anyway because we don't know what's going to happen yet, do we?
No. We're going to be doing some short projects in the foreseeable future. Maybe we'll get on to some bigger things, but I like doing small projects because I feel quite a big sense of accomplishment when I actually finish something. So it's nice to do something little like a hat rather than something big like a blanket.
Yeah, it is. And I think even if you're doing something really big, it's nice sometimes to just break off and have maybe a little gift project. So I might get somebody a cowl or a pair of gloves or a hat, and it then gets you moving again for the bigger project,
Yeah.
because you can get, and we all get to a point in a project where you just kind of want to get it finished.
Is that sewing up
Mm.
mostly?
Yeah. And it's always so much more exciting opening a new ball of wool and casting on than it is having to do that last tedious bit of work, isn't it?
Definitely.
But then you get to wear it or give it away, or you know, you have that real sense of achievement when you've done. So
Yeah.
just count.
I'm just going to count. I'm going to count with you.
Oh, there. So yeah, I mean, we've got such a lovely day outside today, but it's freezing cold, I have to say. Outside, we were definitely on the, I think, 1 degree coming in this morning.
Ooh. Is that where there was frost everywhere?
Yes. Yeah, because you're not used to it being quite this cold on such a
No.
regular basis.
You can see frost occasionally, but very occasionally. It's not like every day. It was very misty this morning as well.
Yeah.
Makes it kind of dangerous to drive, I think.
It's a nice part of the world to be in, but it's definitely chilly at times.
I think all of our viewers know that we're in Skipton in North Yorkshire, which is, I think of it as being Winterfell, because it's sort of one of the last strongholds before the wall. But you have no idea what I'm on about, do you? But yeah, it's cold and it's beautiful, and there's hills all around.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place to live. When you're allowed,
yeah,
you get a chance to visit Skipton. It's definitely a lovely place to come and spend a day, and there's plenty of things around and about, isn't there?
Yeah, although they're all shut at the moment.
Everything's shut, nearly, pretty much, apart from the supermarkets. Yeah. Right, I finished casting on, so I'm now starting my knit one, purl one rib. We have started doing tutorials as well, just so anything like that is on the YouTube channel, and we're going to keep adding to them. For those people who are new to knitting, the thing that really slows you down on this one, so you're knitting one stitch and your yarn's at the back, and then you have to bring it forward and do the purl stitch, and it's the constant swapping backwards and forwards that you won't be able to see easily on this particular video, but it does slow you down, but it does make that lovely springy edge on your knitting. So for any of you novices out there, your knit one, purl one rib does give you a lovely springy effect on your knitting, unless you're knitting with cotton, and then
it doesn't do anything.
No, and then it really doesn't make the difference that you need. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Now, you never realise, actually, I've never thought about how long it takes me to do any particular part. I don't know if this is.
I think this takes longer for me just because I'm swapping it around all the time.
Yeah.
I think moss stitch is beautiful, but a lot of effort on my part. So what do you call it when you keep it under your armpit like the way that you do?
I don't think
is there a name for it?
No, not that I'm aware of. It's just a different style of knitting, and it seems to depend where you are in the country or in the world. I once was hosting a knitting natter where one of the ladies was German, and she'd lived over here since she was in her 20s, and she was in her 80s by this point, and she was knitting with the yarn held in her left hand, and she was kind of scooping the yarn through.
Is that continental
knitting, I believe. So, and it was fascinating. She was knitting so quickly and so neatly as well. Actually, these needles, I think, are only 30 centimetres, so they're a little bit shorter than the ones I normally use. generally go with the 35s.
Are these ours? They
Yes.
are ours.
Yeah, these are the ones we supply. As we were saying before, obviously you might have to use what you've got to hand, and of course we're sat at the head office, so we've all sorts of things to hand, as you can see around us. So we're obviously going to use what we've got here, and our own product. But obviously we'd love you to be using our product, but if you can't get out, or you can't get the things delivered, or you can't get to your local yarn shop, some of them actually have started doing deliveries, haven't they?
Yeah, they certainly have. Some of the little tiny yarn shops
are
hand delivering to their local area as well, which I think is really lovely.
Yeah, so you literally phone them up and they bring it to your door.
Yeah, and I think some other people are doing a virtual shopping experience, personal shopping experience, where they'll walk around with their phone and show you the yarn in the shop, and you can tell them, ooh, I think I like that one, but in a different colour or whatever it is. Yeah. So that's quite nice.
I think it's great how people are coming up with different ideas and concepts of how we can do things, and
definitely,
it's quite ingenious at times. But we really would. We'd love our local yarn shops to still be here.
Definitely.
At the end of it, so you can support them, and if they're there and available, please do. There's nothing quite like going into a shop, really, and squeezing balls of yarn, browsing pattern books, and talking to people who are enthusiastic about what they do.
Definitely.
Which I suppose is the same as well if you're going food shopping. It's always lovely to go into somewhere that the staff look happy doing what they're doing.
Oh yeah, definitely. How many rows are you on now?
I'm only on my second.
You're so much faster than I am, it's unreal.
I think, what do I need to do? I have a few more to do yet. Try and keep a tally of where I am. I need to get a pencil and paper at some point and just keep a track of where I've got to. So yeah, so between knitting and food and coffee, that will be the next thing. It's a bit odd because you can't sort of go out and share food with people at the minute, which is something a lot of us do quite regularly.
You go out for lunch?
Go out for lunch or have people over, and it does feel slightly weird.
It does a bit. Although the allotments are getting a lot of attention at the moment, I've
noticed. With a lot of local allotments, and it's amazing how people are working out that they can get into the garden. I think we're going to have some fabulous gardens this year because everybody will want to be outside in the garden if they can't be going out anywhere else. So I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody achieves next time. I think even people who are not that keen gardeners will get into it this year just for something different to do.
Yeah.
I know there's already quite a lot of people stuck at home, and if you're lucky enough to have a garden or an outside space, you'll find they're invaluable. And the sunshine, I'm just so glad that we've got the sunshine back. If we had all the rain
it's just depressing,
being
isn't
stuck
it?
in, yeah, that really would be bad. But at least we can sit in the garden.
Yeah, that's true. Are they saying that we can go for walks as long as we stay outside of 2 meters of each other?
Yes. Yeah, basically be unfriendly.
Yeah.
It feels like, yeah.
Don't give each other hugs.
No. No, it's very fun at the weekend. did have to nip into the local village, and people who I would normally stop to chat to, we were all kind of going, hello.
And then run away again.
Mm. So, I think when you can kind of get back to normal, it will feel strange.
Yeah, it will actually.
Yeah. And this extended holiday for all the parents and the kids. That's going to take some serious parenting skills
to get them through a long summer.
Yeah, 6-week holidays are usually long enough, isn't it?
Oh, I feel so bad for the leavers though. They weren't prepared
No.
to finish so early.
No, there's probably a lot of kids just felt rather left in limbo.
Yeah.
But nothing we can do about it. The teachers as well, they almost feel like they've not finished things off properly. Because all the teachers that I've come into contact with have always been so conscientious and really pushing the kids, but in a good way, and encouraging them, and suddenly it's all kind of stopped dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, at least we've got some flowers out there. The daffodils are looking amazing.
Yeah, I've got some coming up in my garden at the moment. I haven't touched them, I just have them. It's going to be nice. Minimum effort.
Yes. Yeah, because you'll be your first year in that house, isn't
Yeah,
it? So you'll be looking at thinking, well, waiting to see what appears, really, because you won't know what's there.
No, not a clue. The last summer when I first moved in, one of the people in the allotments gave me some tomatoes just after I moved in. I was like, hello, welcome.
Yeah,
here you go.
Lovely.
So nice.
I do find people on allotments are generally very friendly.
Yeah.
They want to share.
Yeah.
Often because they've got a glut of something that they can't possibly
of just eat. One thing, you get really sick of tomatoes.
Yeah. One thing always does really, really well. And then you end up with a mountain.
Yeah.
One year I had strawberries on my allotment, and it's never really happened since. I was literally bringing carrier bags of strawberries home and picking out the decent ones and handing them round, and then making jam.
Nice.
With the others, and the neighbours could not believe the quantity. I couldn't believe the quantity of strawberries I got. I don't know what I did right that year. Never quite managed to do it again. But yeah, that was crazy.
Jam keeps fairly well, doesn't it?
It does. I think I'm currently eating some from 2016. And
Wow.
it's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
That's great.
So yeah, again, if you do it right, it just shows a lot of these sell by and use by dates are just an advisory service a lot of the time. Yeah. Do you ever make preserves and things?
I do, yeah. One of my favourite things is going out foraging for blackberries and making... I don't particularly like pie, but I like making sweet things for other people. So I do like making preserves, especially from foraged things, because I haven't had a place of my own in a while.
Oh, I think that means our time is nearly up. So I'm nearly at the end of my rib. Behave. Yeah, nearly at the end of the rib. So we're probably going to have to stop about now, and we'll come back with a second instalment for you shortly. So enjoy. Try and get to the end of the rib before we get to the next bit, and we'll see you soon.